welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how to make this really bright, colorful, summery wreath using items from the Dollar Tree and a sign from Dollar General. So stay tuned and I will show you how to make it. Okay, so of course you're going to need a wire wreath form from Dollar Tree. I believe these are 14 inches. I believe I took the tag off without even looking. I believe it's 14 inches. I should know that by now, right? But I'm going to be using this little sign here from Dollar General. And I wanted to incorporate as many of these colors as I could in my mesh. And you know, most of my wreaths, they do use 6 rolls of the mesh from Dollar Tree. Because I'm going to be using 4 different colors, the green, yellow, blue, and pink, I'm not going to be using all of these, but I have 8 rolls, 2 of each color, just so you know I can make sure that I do have enough. This green here came from Dollar Tree. The blue, yellow, and pink came from Dollar General. If you have a Mighty Dollar near you, they also carry mesh, so you may want to check in there. You get this out of the way. Now this sign here, it is a little bit thicker than the Dollar Tree signs. Your Dollar Tree signs are about half this thickness. It's kind of heavy, and you know, usually I just glue a pipe cleaner to the back and use that to attach it to the wire form here. I'm going to be doing something different this time, and I'll show you what I'm going to do later on in the video, just because I'm worried about the weight of this sign and that it might fall off. So, like I said, I'll show you that later. I got these artificial flowers, hibiscus, from Dollar Tree this morning, and I got these the other day, and I want to try to incorporate as many of these as I can. But if you notice on these, the centers, the stamen, I guess you want to call it, is glittery. And on these, it is not. So what I did is, you can see this one that I finished. I took this adhesive spray that I got from the Dollar Tree as well. Shake it really, really well. I shook this one for at least 45 seconds. Because a lot of people say that they don't have a good experience with this gluing paper and cardstock. I find that it's really, really good for gluing down glitter. I just sprayed the little stamen part. Of course, I moved the flower out of the way, sprayed the center, and then I took this extra fine gold glitter that I got at Walmart and just sprinkled over all sides. You know, just to try to make these match the other ones and give it a little bit extra something, you know. So, I don't know how many of these flowers I'm going to use. We'll see here in a little bit. Y'all know how I am. You're also going to need some pipe cleaners right here. Each of my wreaths uses 60 little clusters. I call them clusters. The little groups that I fasten to the form. I use 60. And for each one I use half of a pipe cleaner. So you're going to need 30 pipe cleaners. You're also going to need some ribbon. Now I got this ribbon here. I want to use it because it kind of reflects the pink sparkly. And Mr. Flamingo's wing, I don't know. It might be a miss. I don't know what it is. I got this at Dollar General. It was $1 a spool. I got it 50% off right after Valentine's Day. So I think Hobby Lobby's having a sale on their ribbon as of the time of this filming. So you may want to check there for a good deal. And I'm going to use this. And because I have over 200 spools of ribbon, I found that out this morning as I was counting them and trying to organize. That's ridiculous. So I'm trying to use up some scraps and whatnot that I just have lying around. And this is a bunch of Christmas ribbon from Walmart and Hobby Lobby. I think this is from Walmart too, or Dollar Tree. I don't know, it's a bunch of ribbon. But anyway, the gold, because the M is gold too, and these are different widths. I'm just going to try to incorporate, you know, some of this into the wreath. You use whatever type of ribbon you like. And the way that you can figure out how much ribbon you're going to need for a wreath is this. Pretty simple. Each of my wreaths, I use 60 of the little clusters. Now, I like to try to put a piece of ribbon into each cluster. And I cut my ribbon to 1.5 lengths of my mesh. So you can see the mesh is 6 inches. So 1.5 of that is 9 inches. So you're going to cut your piece of ribbon to 9 inches. Take that, multiply that by 60 clusters. You're going to get 540 inches of ribbon. Okay? Now break that down into feet. You're going to need 45 feet of ribbon if you only use one color. Now, if you're going to use 2 colors, just divide that 45 feet into 2, which will give you 22.5 feet. So you would need 22.5 feet of each color of your ribbon. If you're using 3 colors of ribbon, you'll need 15 feet. You know, just break the math on down like that. That way, you're armed with at least some sort of number. So when you go to the store, you'll be able to buy enough ribbon. I want to sit down here, and let me show you how I'm going to make my cluster. So like I said, each cluster is held in place by a pipe cleaner. Well, half of a pipe cleaner actually. So take your pipe cleaner, bend it in half, find your scissors under the pile of flowers and mesh. Ah, look what I'm doing. Just cut your pipe cleaner in half, like that, and then take each little half and just bend it in half, like this. Now let's set that to the side. Now for each little cluster, I use 3 pieces of mesh. I could have already opened this, couldn't I? Usually I have my mesh open and ready. I apologize that I did not do that. So the way I make this is, no, I don't measure it. I don't have, well, I do have a rotary cutter. A lot of people do not. If this is your first time making a wreath, you know, you don't want to buy all these supplies that you're not going to need if you don't like wreath making. This is why I do it this way. I do not layer my mesh and then just cut it all at one time, because this type of mesh, the ends do have a tendency to fray and they'll cling on to each other. And then when you pull the pieces apart, you're going to cause it to fray even worse. So just take the end of your mesh, roll it into a little tube, just roll it over on top of itself one good time till you get a little tube, and then cut it. Lay that to the side. Now for this cluster, I'm going to do 2 pink and 1 yellow. Okay, 2 pink and 1 yellow. So here's my 2 pieces of pink. Now we'll take the yellow, just roll it into a little tube. See, and the pieces are not very big. I don't even take the time to measure them. The pieces are not big. Just as long as it rolls over on itself one good time, it can keep its tube shape, okay? Now let's take a piece of ribbon. Don't want to do the pink with this or the gold. Let's do the pink. So like I said, I just measure my ribbon to 1.5 lengths of my mesh, and then I just cut a little V into the end. Yes, I know that's called a dovetail. I like to woodwork. I know what a dovetail is. And some people say, well, why don't you fold your ribbon in half and then cut it? You can do that if you want to. That works okay with satin ribbon or looser ribbon. With this type of ribbon, it's rather stiff. And by doing that, sometimes you put a crease in it without meaning to, and that's not the way I like to do it. You do yours however you want. But here's my pipe cleaner. Just lay that there. Now I'm going to take my pink mesh and just roll it back into the tube. Clip it between my fingers like this. Take the yellow, roll that into a tube, clip it like this. Take the pink, roll it into a tube, and just clamp it like that. Now take your ribbon, and whatever side that you want facing out, you want that side to be facing your fingertips. Just place that between your fingers too. Now take your pipe cleaner, see how it looks like a V? Your cluster here is going to go into that V. So just put it on like that. I just hold everything tight, bend it forward, and then twist your pipe cleaner 1 or 2 good times. And that's a cluster. Now to attach it to your form, your wreath form, don't attach it to your form. Well, you can if you want to. You know, I don't know what y'all people like to do. Around these 2 center ones here, put your pipe cleaner like that. And then just twist it in the back. And that's how you attach it. Now I'm just going to go around, like I said, each one of these is going to, each little section here between this bar and this bar is going to have 10 clusters, okay? So now I did 2 pink, 1 yellow, and now I've got the blue and the green. I might do like 2 blue, 1 green, and a piece of gold ribbon. I don't know. I just like to play around with it. You know, usually when I get like a quarter of the way done, then I really develop, you know, like my my rhythm and my pattern as to what I want it to look like. But I'm going to go ahead and fill up this section with 9 more clusters, and then I'll come back and show you what that looks like, and then I'll turn you loose to do your own thing, and then we'll come back and we'll decorate it with the flowers and the sign. Okay, so here's what we have so far. This is one section of the wreath, and it has 10 clusters on it. So at this point, don't worry about what your ribbon looks like, because once you, it's going to look like a hot mess, honestly, until you get all of your clusters put on. So just let everything just lay however it wants to right now. And then once you get all of your clusters put on, then go back and worry about straightening out your ribbon. But what I've done here is, For my clusters, I did 2 pink and a yellow and pink ribbon, 2 greens and a blue and pink ribbon, 2 yellows and a pink and the narrow gold ribbon, and then 2 blues and a green and back to pink. And then I just repeated that pattern. I did 2 more pink and then a piece of the wide gold, and I just repeated like that. But you know, that's just because of the type of ribbon that I have. You put yours in any order you want to. This is just what I'm working on. But yep, that's what I have so far. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, getting all my clusters on, and then I'll show you how I'm going to attach this heavy sign, and then we'll put on some flowers and spruce it up a bit. Here's what I have so far with all of the mesh and ribbon done. So like I said, once you get everything all together, then you can really see how your ribbon is going to lay, and you can go back with your hands, you know, and just fluff it out however you want it. Now here is the sign, and like I said, instead of gluing the pipe cleaners on because I was afraid the weight, you know, would pull it off, I just took my trusty staple gun here and I just stapled a pipe cleaner to it. So, you know, make sure that you use short staples, because if you use long ones, you know, they might pop through the front of your sign. So I'm just going to fold another pipe cleaner and just put it somewhere over here, just on the very, very edge. Let's see, it's hard to do on this table. I'm just going to do it on the very, very edge here. Right around here. There we go. And that will hold it on. Alright, so I'm going to attach my sign after I get my flowers on, maybe? I don't know. Let's just see where the flowers are going to lay, because this will be right around, well, I think maybe I'll put it in the center. Yeah, maybe like the dead center. And to do that, I'm going to just take the pipe cleaners and just run it down. Yeah, we'll put the sign on first. We'll just run it down in the center here, in between the clusters. Just run the pipe cleaner down. And then just twist it. Not too hard, because you don't want your sign to like disappear down into the mesh. And we'll flip it over and do the same on the other side. Yeah, about right there. So I'm just going to run this pipe cleaner down. Let's see, right down. I'm saying, am I in the way? My head in the way? My arm in the way? Am I in the way? Okay, let's get this out of the... Let's see. Okay, let's run it right around there. Okay, like I said, just tighten it down. Not too tight. I'll go back and make that look better here in a bit. You can adjust your ribbon however you want. Oh, I think I scuffed my sign. It's okay. This one's for me. Might make another one and put it up for sale in my Etsy store. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Or I can just put a flower up here or something and help kind of cover it up. These little signs are so delicate. I tried to find one in the store that didn't have any little chips or anything wrong with it, but you know, sometimes you just have to take what you can get. Alright, so now that that's on there, I'm just going to try to decide what flowers to use. And like I said, I got these at the Dollar Tree, and I glittered the inside of them. So now what I'm going to do is just cut it off with a little bit of the stem, because I don't want all the petals and leaves to fall off. And then I'm just going to stick them different places just to see kind of, you know, like where I want them. I don't want to glue anything down yet, you know. And then I have all of these, and I'm not sure if I want to use any of these or not. I don't know. I'm just going to try. But that's all that I'm going to do now, is I'm just going to cut the flowers off here, just stick them around and see, you know, where I think they would look okay. And then once they're where I want them, I'll just glue them down. But that's pretty much all there is to this one. If you would, give me a thumbs up, click subscribe, check me out on other forms of social media, the links to all of which are in the description box down below. And I hope to see y'all next time. Bye-bye.